It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. Well, for the Jazz, the early part of the season has not unfolded the way they pictured it. They've struggled to perform on a consistent basis, and it's led to a series of disappointing results. You just don't know which team is going to show up every night. And tonight, two top-tier centers going toe-to-toe. Obviously, the center position has become more multi-dimensional than ever. Shaq, give us your thoughts on how your position has evolved.
Well, the new defensive rules make it harder to post up. Versatility has never been more important for centers. You know, starting to play small ball, we need to get a little more versatile and show them that, hey, Akeem is not gone.
Do you think you could survive in the league in this day and age?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Wow,
yes.
what a question.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
can't believe he even asked you that.
I can't believe he answered it.
I think you come off the bench now.
Yeah, you could be a great sixth man.
Oh.
Whoa!
Okay, you could start.
Shaq don't do bench.
Okay. Defensively, centers just have to guard, and Shaq could guard.
Yeah.
I could play guard.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Here in Utah, it's another home game for the Jazz, and this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team. And not only a 1-1 split series between these two teams last year, guys, but both wins were on the road, so home court advantage wasn't that big an advantage.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
You wonder if they're looking to take control of this one early. And when you have more talent, you want to keep the other guys from gaining any confidence.
Now let's get a quick pregame update from David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder.
Well, guys, he told me that today is all about setting the tone for the rest of the season series with this team. He said they're going to be a tough opponent for us every time we see them, and we've got to let them know right now, today, that we're going to be just as tough for them. We'll find out, indeed, if they can set the right tone, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. Maybe too soon to start talking about this, Doris, but we see some young teams getting blown out. Clearly, they're in rebuild mode. At what point do you start to focus on player development versus winning games?
You know, this is such a tough organizational issue because you have to balance the priority of giving your young talent an opportunity to get the repetition necessary in a playing environment in a competitive situation versus we owe a commitment to our fans to win and win at a high level because they're paying the ticket prices and ultimately, you know, playing a part in our success. So I think some of this has to be, where are we at the midway point? Are we legitimately in playoff contention, or is it time to now focus on our player development? This is an organizational decision that has to happen organically over 82 games.
And you know what losing does to a culture. It can disintegrate a culture.
No, it's a great point. You do not want young players to get comfortable with losing. You are so right about that, Kevin.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Olynyk down low with Whiteside. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. And it's Richardson in at the small forward.
And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out. And to have a player like that allows your team to excel.
Now, gentlemen, truth shot, loose shot.
And he knocks down the first one. And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA. The ability to stay in front of smaller men in switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
No good on the second free throw.
But I think for Derek Favors, it's a matter of continuing to improve your game, especially on the defensive end of the floor.
Rubio with it. Dishes to Burks. They set the screen. The pass to Rubio. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. On defense, Utah coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And no matter how well you defend, when you shoot that poorly, it's going to be a very difficult challenge for you to get a win.
Yeah, I thought too many hard shots. I don't know whether it was a question of strategy or if guys were just unwilling to work for something better.
Now here's Hood. He just could not put it together in that loss to Philadelphia. Gobert dishes to Rubio. Just 5 on the clock. The feed to Favors. Here's Hood, and it's blocked by Whiteside. Richardson against Burks. Richardson kicks to Dragic. Screen by Olynyk. Whiteside, the pass to Richardson. Here's Dragic from outside. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, this is a guy who understands his role in their offense, right? And they know exactly how to use him.
Favors with the screen. Rubio dishes to Favors. And it's blocked by Whiteside. 14 feet away. Haters no luck. Jazz have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Not sure Rudy Gobert left the floor to finish that dunk, but boy, what power.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside Dragic. Kicks to Olynyk. Floats one up. Utah with the rebound.
Man, look at how well the defense does to cut his path to the basket. Comes up empty on what might have been an easy play.
Hood kicks to Rubio. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots.
Boy, they wanted to hit the ground running today, but it hasn't happened. Just 1 for 5 from the field.
Such a wide open look.
Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
Outside Favors. Gobert with a screen on Olynyk. And Favors kicks to Rubio. The dish now to Gobert. Jazz passing it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Charity stripe shot. Burks can't get it to go. Miami leading by 4. Waiters passes to Dragic. Feeds to Richardson. Passes it to Whiteside. They set the pick. There's Dragic with the 3. Gobert pulls it in. The Jazz have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Favors sets the pick for Rubio. Gobert in the corner. Hood for 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
Now, how good is the shooting for him? Rodney Hood rises up quickly from deep. He's lights out there.
Whiteside, a screen on Rubio. No good from Dragic.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And for a Jazz team that had patiently built itself into one of the top teams in the league, how tough is it, Doris, to lose a player like Gordon Hayward?
Well, it's brutal. He was their best player, an all-star, a huge blow. Because you think about Utah fans who have harbored concerns historically about the team's ability to retain star talent. This will feed those doubts, Kev.
They get it back. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got his second bucket tonight.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
Now here's Gobert. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, a terrific defensive effort along with that. 4 blocks on the game. Huge lift defensively for them.
Rubio against Dragic. And Rubio kicks to Favors. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Heat.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
The Miami Heat comes into this one following a loss to the Suns in Phoenix.
And offensively, that night, it seemed like anytime they took one step forward, they'd end up taking 2 steps back.
It didn't seem, Greg, like they ever got any rhythm on the offensive end. They were in a hurry to get their shots off. Really difficult to win that way.
Right side, no good.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
Burks kicks to Gobert. Burks dishes to Favors. And too long on the shot.
An obvious blunder by the defense that they get away with. Somebody's supposed to be checking him.
Whiteside, a screen on Rubio. Dragic against Rubio. And the shot goes in. 6 points for Hassan Whiteside. Jazz trail by 3. And here's Rubio. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And stolen by Whiteside. Now Richardson. Pass to Whiteside. The second effort. And that's 2 points on the layup. Whiteside's got 8 points.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
Raiders against Hood. Just 5 to shoot to end the drought, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Rodney Hood selected with the 23rd pick in the 2014 draft by Utah. What a great pickup for the Jazz. Wow.
Well, we're talking about a 6'8" shooting guard with a high skill level. And when Rodney Hood is aggressive and confident, he can be a major impact player in the league.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Hood.
Well, the 6'8" lefty, Rodney Hood, such a shifty guy with the ball in his hands. Boy, does he use that hesitation to get where he wants.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Udo's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Johnson comes in for Derek Favors. Mitchell, he's checked in for Burks. And it's Dante Exum in for Ricky Rubio. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And from his time at Duke, we knew Rodney Hood could shoot with range. Doris, did you realize how well he could handle the ball?
Well, as much as I like his ability to create, I love how he protects the basketball. This guy is a low turnover guy.
There's Winslow after Udo's basket. Johnson the screen. Winslow kicks to Johnson. The Heat need to get a shot off. Adebayo, and no good. His first shot of the night, missing. Utah trailing here. Here's Mitchell, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Doris, so often we talk about high basketball IQ. Is that something you can learn, or do you have to be born with something like that?
I think it's probably a little bit of both, but if you look at someone like LeBron James, whose basketball IQ may be the highest we've ever seen, I think he's a guy whose basketball knowledge is always expanding. And I think if you love the game, you're constantly taking in information. So probably a little bit of both.
So you've always got to be curious, right? Even if you're at the top of the game like LeBron or yourself.
Right. LeBron is just, he's constantly taking in sources of information, upping his ante in terms of film watching and preparation. Really special to be able to watch that guy work.
I know that's how you prepare as a broadcaster now. I'd like to tag along sometime and watch you prepare for a game. That'd be a lot of fun.
It'd be a blast.
And Utah making a change here. Yarebko's checked in. That one drops. He ties it up. Miami's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Pass to Magruder. Johnson the screen. Johnson kicks to Winslow. Off target from three-point range. For Utah, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Here's Exum. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
Dishes it to Winslow. Good ball movement here by Miami. There's the pick. He feeds it to Johnson. But they recover it. Miami no good on that time either. The pass to Yarebko over Johnson. Yarebko can't get it to go. Johnson attacking. Passes it to Magruder. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. And the Heat lead by 2.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
Mitchell kicks to Johnson. Out to the right wing. The feed to Mitchell. He dishes it to Johnson. In transition, here comes Miami. Winslow's running. He gets it in there. Winslow's got his first points in this one. And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Here's Exum. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. There's the pick. He kicks to Johnson. And it's Yarebko, top of the key. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
You know, Joe Johnson has proven he will find his guys if they're open.
Pass to Adebayo. Winslow against Johnson. Kicks it to Johnson. Johnson the screen. Johnson the pass to Winslow. On the wing, Johnson releases. That's short off the rim. The Jazz shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. 1:41 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Udo. Makes it off the glass. And that'll tie this game up.
Boy, look at how hard he pursues the basketball. Gets out of his area. Terrific work on the offensive glass.
Pass to Adebayo. The dish now to Winslow. Feeds to Johnson. Here's Magruder. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. So it's Utah now. They set the pick from deep. Johnson. They grab their own miss. And that one is off. 46 seconds left to play here in the first. Dishes it to Johnson. Johnson sends the screen for Johnson. Johnson kicks to Magruder. Johnson, the pass to Johnson. Johnson the screen. Winslow wide open. He fires. And the 3 off target. 23 seconds left here in the first quarter. Got it. Nice one there from Exum.
Well, Dante Exum knocking down shots will put a smile on this team's face. He continues to work on the offensive end.
Now here's Johnson. He's tightly guarded. The pass to Johnson. Looking to end the run. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Utah out in front, up 3. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And taking a look at the Jazz performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Utah, Exum is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Johnson, and there's Jerebko, and it's Udoh in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Johnson, following the three-pointer by Utah. He feeds it to Winslow. It's rebounded by Udoh. Jazz leading by 4. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, Dante Exum doing a little bit of everything right now. Pretty pass.
And probably the prime memories with the Heat have to be from the Big Three era. I mean, the team has done a great job of transitioning from that era to this current one, but classic example for me of reloading versus rebuilding.
Now here's Winslow. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team. And Greg, credit the Miami Heat front office and coaching staff for continuing to keep this team competitive despite losing several Hall of Fame type players in the last couple of years.
And that is never an easy task for a franchise to go through. But the Heat have stayed in the competitive picture with smart signings and trades, and don't discount the impact Eric Spoelstra has had on that roster.
Again, the miss by the Heat. Jazz leading by 6. Mitchell dishes to Exum. Winslow against Johnson. That's tipped. Now here's Winslow. He's guarded closely. Pass to Adebayo. Now here's Winslow. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Exum passes to Johnson. Winslow, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. Number 1, the Heat. 5th, the Jazz.
Every night is a battle on the boards when these two get together. I mean, they're both relentless on the offensive glass and work to create those second chance scoring opportunities.
Johnson kicks to Johnson. Over Jerebko. Johnson's shot is off.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, it's hard to question the size Dante Exum brings to the point guard position. He's unique in the game, Kevin.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Out to the right wing. Here's Adebayo. Changes up. He takes it up and lays it in. Adebayo's got his first points of the game.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. And it's Hood in the corner. There's the feed to Gobert. He dishes it to Favors. Lets it go. Hood can't get it to go.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one. Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
Got a piece of it.
Okay, Kelly Olynyk getting up high for that rejection. At 7 feet, that length comes in handy.
Richardson, no luck.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
For Utah, they have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
One shot.
And that one misses. Doors have talked about the evolution of the specialist, the pure 3-and-D guy, for example, who in that category are some of the best in your opinion.
Well, I'm so happy that Klay Thompson has evolved from a guy who believed coming into the NBA that he would strictly be a 3-and-D guy to a much more versatile scorer. But in today's iteration, I would have to say Danny Green won a championship for the San Antonio Spurs, doing nothing but absorbing the biggest threat on the offensive end for the opponent and then being able to make huge threes at timely opportunities. Patrick Beverley, another guy grinding it out, increasingly making shots, and of course, tenacious on-ball defender.
Here's Waiters following the bucket by the Jazz. Richardson with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shots good by Waiters.
That's just a case where he gets the space he needs and uses it to his advantage to make the jumper.
To the left side wing. Here's Rubio, and Utah again with the bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Heat trail by 8. Richardson with the screen on Burks. Here's Whiteside. Rebound, Utah.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Rubio with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Hood dishes to Rubio. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Richardson kicks to Waiters. Dragic against Rubio. Dragic the pass to Whiteside. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 3 assists in the game. Rubio against Dragic. There's the pick. Gobert dishes to Hood. And Favors has it in the corner. Back to Hood. Shot clock at 5. Shot from the wing. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The Heat trail by 6. Waiters outside.
I think this is the one area where you could say Derek Favors has to continue to grow. You love to watch him get physical on the defensive end.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Burks kicks to Rubio. Pass to Gobert. They set the pick. Pass to Hood. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
Now, here's Dragic. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Suns in Phoenix. Oh, Whiteside in position. Up top Favors. Outside Hood. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Look, Kev, at 6'8", Rodney Hood is so effective at getting fouled on his way up. This guy's so smart.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And Greg, you hear about the competitive culture that this Miami Heat franchise has.
Yeah, and that doesn't always work for some teams, but it works for the Heat. This group will push each other all the time to be the best they can be. The practices have a feel of game-level intensity.
So he gets them both.
And the former Blue Devil continues to enhance his offensive repertoire. Rodney Hood, a reliable two-way guard.
Dragic kicks to Richardson. To the middle, and stolen by Favors. Here's Burks. The offensive rebound. And it's Hood in the corner, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
You love that they're making their presence felt on the defensive end. You can't afford to be careless with this team.
Burks against Richardson. Hood kicks to Burks. Back to Hood. Nice ball movement by Utah. The drive by Rubio, pushing their lead to double digits.
Boy, what terrific body control by Rubio, paying dividends.
And Ricky Rubio, known mostly for his ability to pass it and create opportunities for teammates, but I think he's an underrated defender at that point guard spot, and maybe he doesn't get the credit he deserves defensively.
Johnson, he's checked in for Whiteside. Rubio, no good on the free throw. And Greg, for Rubio, his defense is something that isn't talked about, but is certainly present all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's smart, fast, he moves his feet well, and has terrific anticipation with his hands. Great playing both on and off the ball, and just aware of his spacing and a player's tendencies.
Boy, that's the vision and ability to deliver precise passes. Rubio completely on point.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Well, Greg, I think I love the timeout call. At least it gives you a shift in momentum. It's a smart move.
And you look back early in his career, Rudy Gobert, he kind of clogged things up just as much at the offensive end as he did defensively. And I tell you what, though, he's made significant strides, becoming much less of a liability on offense. A moment here to check out some of the stats for Rudy Gobert. 4th in rebounding, 6th in blocks, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. And Gobert last season with career highs in field goal percentage and free throw percentage.
And he averaged double figures for the first time in his career. If you ask me, he'll be a walking double-double in this league for a long time. Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Now, here's Rubio. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Gobert with a screen on Johnson. Off the screen. The shot comes out. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Dragic. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Dragic has got his second bucket of the night.
The defense making it way too easy for him on that jump shot. He'll take that all night.
Gobert, the pass to Hood. He kicks to Favors. Gobert, the screen. Feeds it to Burks. Shot clock at 6. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Johnson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
And the Jazz call time here.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
So Utah ends up going with a new group. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Olynyk. Winslow comes in for Richardson. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Waiters. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Here's your Rebko. He's got 5. Exum dishes to Jerebko. Back to Exum. Count that one. Exum's got the lead up to 14 now for Utah.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Johnson kicks to Jerebko. It's deflected. Now here's Johnson. D right on him. Johnson in the corner. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. And Utah has possession. 32 seconds left in the second quarter. Exum passes to Jerebko. Now here's Exum. He's guarded by Johnson. Kicks it to Jerebko. No good from outside. The Heat trail by 14. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Heat shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Johnson. 11 seconds left here in the second. And here's Exum. There's the dish to Mitchell. Gets it off. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so it's Utah, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, we're trying to defend, and we've been a little bit fortunate too. They missed some shots, but more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They dialed up the pressure quite a bit in the second quarter at both ends, and it worked out well for them as their lead grew all the way to 12 points at the break. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench was. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, what'd you think about Miami?
They're being far less aggressive than they ought to be. The free throw differential is huge right now. It's threatening to determine the outcome of the game. So they have to get into the lane and challenge defenders to make them try to stop you.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Welcome back, everyone, to Salt Lake City, Utah. That's the state capital right here in Utah. Really a sight to see when you get that kind of perspective from above. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at Hassan Whiteside in this game. Guys, he's everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, he really gave them a boost in that first half, shot way above his average.
I think, Greg, you love it when a role player is able to elevate their game. It makes every team better.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. Adebayo is out there with Kelly Olynyk, and it's Richardson in at the small forward position. Now here's Favors, shoots over Olynyk, it's tipped. Now here's Dragic, the fast break opportunity. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Adebayo, and Derek Favors pulls it down. Favors got his third rebound on the night. Right wing. That shot off. The Heat go the other way with it. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That team is a little road weary right now. That is the 6th consecutive game away from home. Here's Adebayo. Dishes to Dragic. Shot from free throw range. But they get it back. And Olynyk kicks to Waiters. The pass to Richardson. He feeds it to Dragic. Olynyk, a screen on Rubio. And it's Dragic off the drive. Dragic with another miss.
They were hoping for a fast start. Instead, they're 0 for 4.
And probably the one constant of this Miami team the last few years has been their defense. They do a great job of making life difficult for opposing shooters, and it's been anchored by one of the best shot blockers in the game with Whiteside.
For Utah, they have shot 60% from the line, 6 of 10. That free throw missing. And the Miami defense is more than just Whiteside blocking shots, as you might say. Greg, they do a great job of limiting opponents' threes.
Yeah, they challenge the three ball as well as anybody. Both contest the shot and close out to deny the attempt from even being taken. This roster does a great job of taking away space from shooters.
Now here's Waiters. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. Here's Olynyk, and the layup is good. Olynyk's got his first basket of the night.
After an ugly 0 for 4 to start the half, they get one to fall.
Passes it to Hood. The feed to Gobert. From 6 feet out, he nails it. Gobert's got his third basket of the night right there.
Rudy Gobert is becoming a handful down deep. He's quick, he's confident, and he's got gorgeous touch.
Here's Waiters. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Doris, you talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, you've been a courtside reporter, game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan.
Shooting 2.
Free throw, good. Waiters. And both free throws good for Waiters. Jazz leading by 11. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Favors dishes to Burks. Gobert the screen. It's deflected. Here's Favors. Burks against Richardson. Right side a screen. Richardson the pass to Dragic. To the inside. And he trims the lead to single digits. 14 points for Hassan Whiteside.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Gobert the screen. And Favors kicks to Gobert. He dishes it to Rubio. Pass to Favors. Got a piece of it.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Richardson kicks to Waiters. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Over Hood. Offensive rebound. Whiteside. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Challenging the shot has almost the same effect as blocking it.
No doubt, especially when the shooter knows that a defender is draped all over him. That kind of activity alters shots.
Now here's Dragic following the miss by Rodney Hood. There's a screen. Screen by a winner. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And, you know, normally when you look at a guy like Whiteside with the field goal percentage and all, you think it's all about dunks. But I tell you what, he's improved his entire repertoire of scoring options near the rim. And now he's even showing that he can step out and knock down that little face-up 15-footer.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Whiteside earlier in his career didn't have as many options to score, but Greg, he's been very conscious of keeping that improvement of his game, and especially on the offensive end.
And Whiteside has been self-motivated since he's come back to the NBA. He's got the great length. He gets the hooks. He's got that baby hook up over the defenders, the soft shooting touch, and he just continues to improve offensively, all the while still being a force on the defensive side of the floor.
Now, here's Rubio. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. The 17-footer. Burks can't get it to go.
And a nice job of utilizing his body to get around the defender, but that's just a tough one to knock down consistently.
Dragic gets the bucket.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
They regrouped, they worked out some of their frustrations, and now we're seeing them have some fun.
Now, here's Burks. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. 4 on the shot clock. Yep, it counts. Rubio's got 6.
How about the effort by Rubio on that play, fighting his way through contact?
Waiters dishes to Dragic. Right side a screen. And Waiters kicks to Whiteside. No good on that one. Gobert with the defensive effort. Utah leading by 7. Pass to Burks. It's deflected. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession. Hood against Waiters. Hood, the pass to Rubio. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Johnson, he's checked in for Rodney Hood. 6 to shoot. And Favors kicks to Rubio. Rebound by the Heat. Whiteside's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Now Dragic. He has 7. Richardson kicks to Waiters. Olynyk, a screen on Burks. Off the pick. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Waiters got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's a confident play there. Great execution.
And Rubio kicks to Johnson. Over Richardson. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got his first basket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Feeds to Whiteside. They set the pick. Olynyk has the open look. They get it back. Whiteside dishes to Waiters. Good D by Rubio.
Boy, a kick-out's probably a better option when the defense is swarming around like that.
He kicks it to Favors. The shot by Burks. Nobody around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And now it's a 10-point Utah lead. Timeout called the Heat.
I'll tell you, Ricky Rubio, from the midway point of last season on, really started to shoot it well. Now, we know he's a natural creator and distributor. He's always been great at passing and playmaking, but boy, if he makes that jumper, look out.
So, Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Udo's checked in for Gobert. Jerebko comes in for Derek Favors. Mitchell, he's checked in for Burks. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. And a new group in for the Heat. Johnson, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Winslow comes in for Josh Richardson. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Waiters. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Now here's Johnson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And on the offensive end, Rubio's playmaking, his most valuable skill. Had a game last season where Dorsey tallied 19 assists.
Well, this is a guy, Ricky Rubio, who understands the easy pass, but he can wow you as well. There's an ability to thread the needle with a chest pass or a bounce pass, and he can do it moving or standing still. Simply one of the best passers in the league.
Here's Johnson. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Johnson's got 6 points.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
The shot's good from Jerebko.
Shakes his man by using exceptional use of the screen. I mean, from there, it's smooth sailing.
Kicks it to Winslow from downtown. Utah with the rebound. Jerebko's got his 5th rebound in this one. There's the dish to Exum. There's the pass to Jerebko. And that comes off the assist by Exum. 10 points for him.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Whiteside sets the pick for Winslow. Johnson kicks to McGruder. Johnson the screen. Dishes to Winslow. Here's McGruder. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Doris, we know there's a lot of trash talking on the court. Some of it is unfriendly, some of it not so much, just kind of playing around. When do you consider comments going over the line?
Well, given that I'm not necessarily privy to exactly everything that's said, I imagine much of it not PG rated, Kevin.
No.
I would say that's an issue for the players to decide. If you step over the line, you're going to feel me in some way, shape, or form.
I don't know, though, we've ever had a time in any professional sport, but in particular the NBA, where there has been a real feeling of community among the players, though. I mean, I think in the olden days, there was genuine hatred and there's some of that now, but there is really a feel like, hey, we are all in this together.
Maybe too much so. Like I enjoyed watching Larry Bird, who was supposed to be amongst the best trash talkers, get into the head of the player. Draymond Green is the current iteration of perhaps the best trash talker. I say, listen, let him yap a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
He's taking Kevin Garnett's place in that regard, I think.
Yeah.
Now, here's Exum. He has 7. Here's Mitchell, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against Miami. This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line. No good on the free throw. And a major renovation completed by the Jazz at the team's expense, over $110 million, Doris, to bring this 25-year-old facility up to date.
Well, everyone will benefit, right? New locker rooms for the players, better seating and suites for the fans, a new outdoor atrium that includes a solar roof. Even those who can't get into the game benefit. Large screens will broadcast the game to fans who are in the outdoor plaza. How cool is that?
The Heat trail by 14. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
There's a good screen. Johnson kicks to Magruder. Johnson the screen. Passes to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Miami no good on that time either.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 7 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Johnson kicks to Johnson. He feeds it to Winslow. Johnson with a screen on Johnson. Johnson the screen. Adebayo passes to Winslow. Here's Magruder. From deep 3-point range, it's rebounded by Udoh. Udoh's got rebound number 5 here tonight, and it's Mitchell missing.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 17-6 run. On the wing, Johnson. Over Winslow, and there's another one for the Jazz. 1:03 left to play in the 3rd. Johnson kicks to Johnson. There's the feed to Winslow. Johnson sets the screen for Winslow. Johnson outside. He dishes it to Johnson. From deep 3-point range, kept alive. Here's Adebayo. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Heat shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Exum kicks to Yarebko. Pass to Johnson. Here's the screen. Feeds it to Urebko. Here's Mitchell. Rebound by the Heat. Here's Magruder. Rebounded by Urebko. Urebko's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Mitchell can't connect. And so it's the Utah Jazz feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
They're getting us out of stuff. Make hard cuts. Everything with force, okay? Come on.
And there's Eric Spoelstra asking his guys to play with a little sharper mind, with a little more intense, with more vigor.
And simply put, it's about reaching another level of intensity. When they're attacking, that's when they're at their best.
And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. They've got Exum, Jonas Urebko out there with Johnson. Then there's Udo, and it's Mitchell in at the shooting guard. That's the group right now for Utah. Well, Greg, Justice Winslow had a year that he'd like to forget. His 2nd season in the NBA, only played in the 18 games before sitting out the rest of the way after a torn labrum.
And we're just happy to see the young man back out on the floor so that he can continue to develop. Always a fantastic defender. And you forget, still a very young player who can round into a contributor, I believe, on offense.
The first free throw is good. Hood's checked in for the Jazz. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, you think about how the Utah Jazz become one of the top defenses in the league. They don't gamble for steals or deflections. It's all about staying solid and controlling the paint.
Here's Mitchell. Here's Urebko. And he overshot that one, missing. Now here's Johnson. Johnson outside. Pass to Winslow. Johnson dishes to Winslow. He kicks to Johnson. Johnson the screen. Winslow. Rebounded by Exum. And the Jazz giving up nothing easy inside.
Well, just tremendous length on the interior. It's like they can block shots without ever fouling, and they are able to control the defensive backboards.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
Yeah, easy call.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Gobert, he's checked in for Udo. Favors comes in for Urebko. Burks, he's checked in for Mitchell. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Dante Exum. And a new group in for the Heat. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Adebayo. Richardson comes in for Justice Winslow. Waiters, he's checked in for Rodney Magruder. And it's Dragic in for Johnson. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Rudy Gobert not really a post-up threat, but he's become very effective in the pick and roll.
I think he's focused, Kevin, on setting better screens, and he's shown flashes. Pretty pass here, a dribble move there. I think you see the potential beyond just dunks and offensive rebounds for the Stifle Tower.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Hood. The Heat trail by 18. Dragic with it. Johnson at the elbow. Teardrop shot, and it's good on the layup.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Utah's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Rubio the pass to Hood. That three off the mark. And it's the Heat with the ball. And Dragic has it in the corner. Hits the three-point bomb.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
And Rubio kicks to Burks. And the pass to Gobert. Out to Hood. The dish to Gobert. 6 to shoot. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Whiteside's checked in for Johnson. The Heat trail by 13. Whiteside, a screen on Rubio. Dragic dishes to Whiteside. Gobert with the defensive effort. For Utah, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Got a piece of it. Here's Favors. Good on the shot. And the Jazz lead by 15.
Well, you love to see Derek Favors get these high-quality looks on the interior. How incredibly patient is this guy down on the block?
And the Heat call time here. And when you look at Derek Favors, do you think Dorsey's maximized his potential, or is there still room to grow?
No, I definitely think he's got a higher ceiling. Favors is a guy who came into the league after just 1 year at Georgia Tech. So let's remember, he's still mid-20s right now. And the way this guy works, he's going to get better and better.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. He was not happy with their shot selection, and he let them know about it. He said, we're taking low percentage shots, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, and work for those shots in the flow of the offense. Stay with the plan. We'll see if they can get it going.
Now, here's Rubio. After the miss from Goran Dragic. Here's Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. The Heat getting the bucket, and he gets the bucket. Hood's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I think given his size, Rodney Hood can be very efficient on the interior. This guy feels at home in the paint.
Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. And Olynyk kicks to Richardson. Here's Whiteside, and the Heat get another bucket right there.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Rubio, the pass to Gobert. Back to Rubio. It's stolen by Dragic. Here's Richardson. And that one is off. Great tee that time from Hood. Utah leading by 13. Here's Burks. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Second chance shot, and he hits the jumper for 2.
Burks takes no time getting that shot up. Ready on the catch.
Hood against Waiters. Kicks it to Dragic. From 15 feet away, Gobert with the defensive effort.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Waiters gets a wide open look. Miami no good on that time either. For Utah, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Burks' shot is good.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Looking to get it going. And the layup by Waiters.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Utah leading by 15. Rubio dishes to Favors. Kicks it out to Rubio. Passes it to Hood. Rocket 6. Misses the 3.
He's cold from deep. 0 threes in the second half after hitting just 1 in the first.
And Waiters kicks to Dragic. And there's another one for the Heat.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Here's Rubio after the made shot from Goran Dragic. Rubio the pass to Burks. And that one is stuffed right through.
Now, if you see Burks with a lane to the rim, he's going to flush it with power.
Here's Dragic. Dishes to Olynyk. Waiters against Hood. And Waiters kicks to Whiteside. The kick out to Dragic. Waiters for 3. Utah with the rebound. They led by as many as 18 points. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home. Out to the wing. Hood against Dragic. Here's Whiteside. That one doesn't drop. 18 that time from Hood. Rubio against Dragic. There's the screen. Whiteside Favors. 13 feet away. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists in the game. The Heat trail by 17. And here's Dragic. The feed to Olynyk. Good ball movement here by Miami. Here's Waiters. Here's Whiteside. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That's a nice play. You have to read and react in an instant to have success on the offensive glass.
Well, with Whiteside, no matter what he is doing, he is always setting the tone the way he goes about defending the rim. It's like he's taking it personally that these guys are not going to score on him.
And you know what? He's a tone setter defensively. He gives his group confidence when he's on the floor. And, you know, teams are starting to realize you simply do not go at Whiteside. The block numbers might be down, but his defensive impact is as high as ever.
On the free throw, no good. Utah leading by 15. And it's Hood in the corner. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Richardson kicks to Whiteside. It's good. Whiteside's got 6 points in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Rubio dishes to Favors. He feeds it to Burks. Pass to Hood. Rubio against Dragic. 6 to shoot. Rubio misses. The Heat trail by 13. Now Richardson. He dishes it to Olynyk. Feeds to Dragic. Whiteside, a screen on Rubio. Pulls up on the elbow. Doesn't go for him. So Utah will take it the other way. Hood for 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Gobert pulls it in. Jazz leading by 13. Here's Burks. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Burks has got 12 points in just the second half.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
And the Heat call time here. And the Jazz have been one of the more old-school franchises. Pounded inside, grind out victories. They're still a tough defensive team, but Doris, Coach Quinn Snyder is receptive to a wide-open style of play.
Right. Quinn wants them to play with pace, look for easy opportunities. He also likes power forwards who can stretch the floor. He understands that's the way the league is going, and he's on board with it.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Rudy Gobert.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
This was a big game for him. There's no denying that. Coming off a bunch of losses in a row, they turned to him to break the streak, and he delivered in a big way. Richardson with it, now guarded by Hood. Richardson, no luck.
I'll tell you, that's been the story of this guy's night. He can't get anything to fall.
Outside Favors. Pass to Hood. Gobert the screen. Olynyk with the steal. Dragic the pass to Richardson. Dragic kicks to Olynyk, and Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. And Olynyk kicks to Richardson. 4 on the shot clock.
I have great admiration for how hard Rudy Gobert plays on the defensive end. Even when he's not blocking shots, he's altering them with his presence.
Here's Favors. The shot will not fall. Now the Heat take it the other way. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Olynyk dishes to Waiters. And stolen by Hood. And Rubio kicks to Hood. The pass to Gobert. Burks on the wing. Whereas it seems like individual all-star and MVP voting is heavily influenced by how players' teams perform. Is that a good thing?
Well, I will say this, Kevin. I have a vote in some of the postseason awards. And if, in fact, I've got 2 players at the same position and I need some line of demarcation to separate one from another, a team's win-loss record may influence that. Now, you might say it's unfair, but sometimes the difference between a player making it and not making it is minuscule. I would say this to you, Kevin. I would like to see all-star teams go out to 15 players as opposed to 12. There are 3 teams, first, second, and third, all NBA. Why not have 15 guys on the all-star team?
Excellent idea. Here's Dragic. Derek Favors making his last shot. Dragic the pass to Waiters. Whiteside a screen on Hood. To end the drought. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Jerebko's checked in for Favors. Cephalosha comes in for Alec Burks. Mitchell, he's checked in for Rodney Hood. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. And a new group in for the Heat. Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Haslam comes in for Olynyk. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. .30 seconds left in the fourth. Now here's Exum. He kicks it to Mitchell. Gobert with a screen on Johnson. Here's Cephalosha. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Utah with the ball. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum. Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
You know, I think it's just staying in the defensive end. You know, sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it, and it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.